What up, everybody? It's your boy Wise Guys in the building with your man Cliff and
Sammy Field.
All right, so man, y'all know do before we get started. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe button. Let's get these numbers up. Y'all support been crazy throughout the whole journey we've been doing, so we appreciate that all the way. We're sitting at 138 subscribers, so let's run those numbers up. What you got for us, man?
As always, just appreciate y'all being here with us, rocking with us. You ain't got to be here, and y'all here with us and checking out our content, and we appreciate that. That's why we do it. So,
absolutely. So let's go ahead and get to the subject matter. Let's talk about this crazy saga that's been going on with DL Hughley and Monique. If you guys haven't been seeing that, there was a contract dispute about one of the two artists being a headliner. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the receipts that's been shown about what's the problem. We're going to go through Monique's initial stand-up that heard around the world. We're going to look at DL's retort and everything in between. So and we'll comment on some of the things we see and hear as far as the videos are concerned. We hope y'all like our takes on these kind of things. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into that footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
There you go. So this first video says Monique slaughters DL Hughley in Detroit.
Fair use.
Fair use, man. All right, I got to start off. Monique's never been funny to me, man. Like, she got her funny moments. I see it on Facebook. It's a debate, like, who's funnier, like, you know. And I know a lot of people think DL Hughley's not funny. I personally do. I don't think he's hilarious, but I think he's funny. But Monique is not funny at all to me as a comedian. But that's just me.
Yeah, I liked her better in Precious, honestly. And that was not a funny movie. So I just like that side of her. But as far as DL Hughley, I had the same. I feel the same. I don't think he's hilarious, but I think that when he started talking about people, that's when he really.
Oh my God, he's had me in tears.
Yeah,
I forgot he used to do that. Yeah. I knew it was a reason why I liked him. Like when I was young.
Yeah, he get on you.
That boy lock in like a pit bull, man. When he sure did. I forgot. Yeah. He sure did do that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, for Monique, she look all right, man.
I've never smoked a lot of weight. Yeah,
I've never found her physically attractive ever. She looking all right. She's looking good.
See, when they called me to come play Detroit and come play the Fox Theater, and I ain't played the Fox Theater in over 20 motherfucking years. I was so goddamn excited. I was so motherfucking excited because I said, oh, a bitch is going back. A bitch is going.
I gotta say, I don't like female comedians who curse like that. It's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm old fashioned. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, it's she's doing too much, but
it's a little forced. Yeah.
Back to the Fox Theater in motherfucking Detroit. When I tell you Detroit, y'all don't understand what the fuck I had to go through to stand in front of you beautiful motherfuckers tonight. Y'all don't understand the fight a bitch had to go through to stand in front of y'all tonight. Y'all don't understand I was ready to walk the fuck up out of here, but I said I can't let the people down of motherfucking Detroit.
See, and you know, I'm a big comedy critiquer because I respect comedians and their art. I don't like this type of comedy where you got to get the audience on your side using the emotionality angle. Just go and do your damn set, man. Say what you gonna say. You try and get that's like when I see dudes like, where all the beautiful ladies at? Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Like, man, get to the jokes, man.
Really, they know they got to win that crowd over. So.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, I agree. But as being an entertainer, I know that that's important. You want people to get their hands up and, you know what I'm saying, get involved, and then you got them. So whatever you do, even if you mess up, they're more forgiving. But if you go in there cold and they just looking at you waiting on some jokes, it's a bit tougher, I imagine.
Well, you can come in like Bernie Mac used to do a real good job of that shit, like of just coming in and just kicking the door down on his set. You know, his famous thing was, you know, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. He just won that crowd over quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? It's ways to do it without pandering, and I agree.
I agree.
Yeah.
The promoters is worthy as a motherfucker.
So you know what? Now she said some prophetic stuff off rip. And so we're gonna go through the receipts. That is the problem to me, not necessarily DL Hughley, my opinion, but I'll lace you up why I feel that way.
Okay, because I don't know shit about this.
Yeah, we're gonna lace it down.
I don't fuck with nobody. I take pride in not fucking with nobody, nigga. But if you fuck with me, we gonna dance, nigga. We gonna do the two-step, nigga. See, I take pride, baby. In my whole motherfucking career, can't nobody tell you I ever started no shit with them. That ain't what the fuck I do. My heart would hurt if I tried to bully a motherfucker or start some shit with a motherfucker. But what niggas had to understand.
I think your resume says different, but we'll get into that.
Stand about me, I ain't for that Hollywood bullshit. If you cross the motherfucking line, Oprah, if you cross the motherfucking line, Tyler, I'm gonna see you cool, motherfucker. Come on, the cool train, nigga. Choo-choo! Them niggas told me, Monique, let go and let go. Let go and let God. They have taught niggas to be so motherfucking fearful and just give it to God. Let go and let God. So I kept hearing this shit over and over and over again. So I said, well, let me let the shit go and let me give it to God. And you know what God did? He gave it right the fuck back. He said, bitch, I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking goons. Steve Hall.
Yeah, that's what God told you. Sound like the whole thing in your mind, your whole brain told you that, man.
Yeah, I can appreciate that though. She taking responsibility for it instead of hoping somebody else fix it for her, whatever it is. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
DL Hughley. I gave you everything you need to deal with these motherfucking coons. I don't fuck with nobody. See, tonight, I'm gonna tell y'all what the fuck is going on, because y'all know one thing about me, bitch, I'm gonna tell. That's why they like me as a little girl, bitch, because I'm gonna tell. Bitch, I'm gonna tell you out there kissing Petey on the playground, bitch. You nasty whore, we in the 3rd grade, bitch. I'm going to tell. Yes, he punked me, bitch, but nobody saw it. I want to tell. See, I fucks with contracts. That's why niggas got a problem with me. If you sign the motherfucking contract, that's what the fuck it is. But they're so used to niggas fucking around with the contract and being nervous because they might lose an opportunity or a motherfucking chance, so they won't redo the contract.
I agree with her right there. A lot of people don't make sure their contracts are right because you don't want to make waves, and so I agree wholeheartedly with what she's saying right there. Yep.
I'm not a bitch who's gonna redo the contract. If you sign the motherfucker, that's what the motherfucker is. So tonight, see, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna break it down for you, Detroit, because I would feel less than a motherfucking woman if I didn't let y'all know what the fuck was going on this stage right now. So if my energy is a little different, nigga, because they got me fucked up.
Yeah, this is your energy all the time, actually.
Yeah, very masculine.
This is textbook Monique to me. Like, I don't know what's different.
Fuck up. They got me fucked up. So the contract.
Shout out to the people listening in. Y'all hit the like button if you don't mind. Appreciate it.
The motherfucking contract said that a bitch is the headliner. The headliner. Let me say it again. The headliner. That's what the motherfucking contract says. Monique is to be the last motherfucking person on the goddamn stage. She is the headliner. That's what I signed the fuck up for. I'm 30 plus years in this motherfucking business, and I don't open for no goddamn body. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. The contract said the headliner. But a nigga named DL Hughley turned into a bitch and said, I won't perform if she does that.
So, by that logic, how is he not to feel the same way, having put 30 plus years into the game? How is he? Well, I'm sure she's going to differentiate the two. But if you step in logical minded people think, okay, he's a guy who has an established brand himself. Would he not have a right to feel the same way I feel, if that's the way you feel?
Absolutely. I'm trying to see where she's going with this.
Yeah, I haven't seen this thing in its entirety, so this is kind of new. I've seen snippets, but this is the whole thing. So, yeah.
I won't go out if she does that. Nigga, you open for the kings of comedy. I close for the queens of comedy, nigga.
See, that's goofy.
I didn't even hear what she said. She said he opened and she what?
He opened for the kings of comedy. She closed for the queens of comedy. And, you know, I'm going to say it. This sounds like the best player in the WNBA talking about a dude who wasn't even in the MVP candidate, who's like a star player in the NBA. Well, I was the MVP of the WNBA. It's a WNBA. It's not the same.
It's not.
There's a such thing called false equivalency. I'm sorry. Queens of Comedy don't hold a goddamn candidate. No goddamn Kings of Comedy. Everybody listen, give me one joke from the Queens of Comedy. I'll wait. Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? It ain't the same shit. Go ahead.
That's tough because I don't remember nothing from the Queens of Comedy at all. I'm just glad that they did it, but yeah, you're right. They don't. It's not apples to apples. So
it's not. So it's a weak talking point. So you basically trying to lambaste DL for being, you know, one of the smaller cards. And actually, Bernie Mac was the smallest card on that comedy show. Bernie just killed it. But Bernie was the least famous dude of that quartet of guys. The funniest one for sure, but he was the least known guy. Like, he didn't have no shows and shit yet. So he wasn't nobody. This is like, what, 1999, 2000?
98.
I believe. 98. Bernie Mac wasn't shit back then. So this is a disingenuous argument she's making, but, you know, whatever. When you heat it, when you hot in the collar, man, what's context? It don't matter.
Right. All right, go ahead.
And you think because I don't have a dick, that ain't my position, nigga. So when I leave this motherfucker, the headliner has left.
You know what? My thing is this. If you really all that, do you need to say all this?
Exactly. I'm the man, nigga. I'm the man. Yeah, bro. If you was the man, you ain't had to say that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't showing up. I ain't coming.
Yeah. And they gonna make provisions for the man. They gonna make sure that the man is there. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the Netflix shit she was into when you're trying to tell Netflix what you're worth. If you're worth that, you will have what you was worth. You don't need to talk yourself into your worth. And this seems to be a pattern with Monique.
I don't fuck with nobody. So I don't fuck with no motherfucking body. But when you cross the line with me, nigga, you have crossed the motherfucking line. And that bitch, nigga, has crossed the motherfucking line. See, we got a history, nigga. We got a history. That nigga went on a tour talking about all Monique wasn't. You can Google it right now. DL Hughley on Monique, all I wasn't, what I wasn't worth, all of this bullshit. And nigga, you put your feet under my motherfucking.
To be fair, everybody said you wasn't worth that, but nobody said you was worth that Netflix money you was asking for.
More importantly, Netflix said you wasn't worth that Netflix money, so it don't matter what nobody else said.
Why you mad at DL for saying what America thought?
Yeah, we just echoing Netflix's sentiments and shit. There ain't nothing new, but yeah. She want to feel a certain type of way, so that's
yeah. I mean, you know, this is the emotionality card, but the world felt that way. Nobody thought, or was how you say, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Nobody waiting for your goddamn special to come out. And here's why the problem I got with black folks who do this kind of shit. If your worth is that high, put your own shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Get your own cameras, shoot your own set, release it on whatever platform. Do it yourself. And if you think you got done that wrong and these white folks held you back and the brothers downed you like Charlemagne the God and DL, put your own shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Prove everybody wrong. Now you don't want to do that though, because you already know what time it is.
Or don't prove everybody wrong. Prove yourself right.
There you go.
Yeah, like that's what you feel like you worth. I mean, we done that all the time. Like we ain't get no deal. Create our own shit. Somebody don't want to shoot our videos, do our own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll do our own shit just because we know that we could do it. Like, and then it'll be what it be. But she has all the resources she need to have a show just like this, make it a special, and put that shit out. She don't want to because then all that weight is on her. And if it's not successful, then she knows that she's not worth what she thought she was worth, and then that's a different kind of demon you got to deal with. So
you damn right. when reality slap you in the face, then you can't run behind all the other people blocking your success. You got to own your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So you came to my home, nigga, and you put your feet under my motherfucking table. I don't get down like that, goddammit. You got a bitch wrong. You talk about Young Thug, and because of their names, nigga, your name is DL. What the fuck does it stand for? How far you bending over, nigga, on the DL? You fuck with the wrong one. That's my family, nigga. I'm home, nigga.
As a comedian, I ain't mad at that joke.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Motherfucking home, yo. I go all the way back with Coco in the motherfucking lounge in the back of the bar when they was cooking motherfucking fried fish, bitch. That's me, nigga. That's me, Detroit. I'm the bitch who did fuck a nigga in the car, but bitch, that happened so long ago.
God, Monique's just not funny to me, man. She's not funny.
She is.
A lot of black men in Hollywood.
She tried too hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not
natural.
It's not natural, man. It's
That's
forced.
my husband. And them niggas can't understand it. They can't fathom it. It makes them motherfucking sick. Because at what time did black men start attacking black women?
Goofy, 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 goofy. Why would men be upset that you're married to a black king? How does that upset anybody? I don't get it.
Because it makes goddamn sense. That's why. Yeah, she reaching, bro.
Reaching hard, man. Like, dude, like, whatever.
What kind of real nigga is that? That's a bitch nigga.
And I hate when women, black women particularly, do this shit all the time. When you say something as a critique, it's attacking. Attacking is Monique ain't shit. Why the fuck she asked Netflix for that money? That's attacking. Netflix, well, you saying, well, hey, she ain't really worth that money. That's not attacking. That's your honest critique. Just how you critiquing him right back. It's the same shit. And this is a classic sense of like women in general, in my opinion. They're real good at dishing. They are horrible at taking it. Horrible.
What I don't like is when women do that bitch nigga shit. Like, you would never say that in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, I don't know. It's dangerous energy to put out, and it's reckless too. So, and I'm pretty sure whenever he said he ain't gonna be like this dirty bitch, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna be like that. This slutty ass bitch or hoe ass bitch, he ain't gonna do that. And she didn't call him bitch nigga about 9 times. So that shit right there shows how safe she feels doing something like that, because she know that she ain't gonna be held to that standard that a dude would if he said that shit.
Absolutely.
You know? And I see it too much, and I think that women need to be more aware, and be conscious of what they're doing, because the outcome can be fatal at times, depending on who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of seeing that. So, and it starts with that type shit. Like, you cannot bring that kind of masculine energy and not be met with masculine energy. So, unless you're dealing with a bitch, a real bitch nigga, he ain't gonna say nothing, you know. But yeah.
And well, reality is her husband's going to deal with it, and he ain't asked to be drugged in this shit. And
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she not gonna fight that fight. He gonna have to step in front of it. And yeah, you're right. But go ahead.
It's unfortunate.
That's a bitch nigga. What kind of real nigga would ever attack a goddamn black woman? A bitch nigga. I feel sorry for DL Hughley's family. I feel sorry for his motherfucking wife. Because how do you suck the dick of a coward?
That's pretty funny.
It'd be funny.
What makes him a coward for critiquing you? How does that make him a coward?
I tried to play fan, bitch. I tried to play fan, nigga. I tried to play fan. We was on the countdown, nigga. 10, 9, 8, 7, check. See, I don't fuck with nobody. And as an entertainer, families are off limits. As entertainers, we don't fuck with each other's families. Because for me, that is crossing the line. See, I want to give you all a history so you understand.
Did you just bring up his wife? I mean,
literally, I was literally about to say that. Like, you just okay. All right. I feel sorry for his family. Okay.
Make it make sense, man.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
Bitch's position. I want to give you the history, mama, so you understand. See, when I look at my wives and sisters, and she look at me like this, get that, nigga. Thank you, mama. See, I did this radio show one time, right? Because I'm thinking, this is my boy. This nigga ain't never had no motherfucking problem, y'all. Right? This my motherfucking dude. So we on a radio show, and when we get to the end of the motherfucking program, bitch, is you a programmer? Bitch went to England program. When we get to the end of the program, they say, Monique, would you like to play a game? Well, bitch, I like to play games. So I said, sure, let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather? Would you rather? I said, fuck it, let's go. And then the sister Jasmine says, would you rather your husband fuck Lee Daniels without a condom or Corinne Steffens with one? I want y'all to hear the bitch shit this nigga that tried to put me through, y'all. Would you rather your husband fuck, like, nigga, what kind of shit are you putting over the air to your motherfucking listeners?
That don't even make sense as a scenario. Like, how does that make sense?
I don't get it either. She's that bad with a condom?
Yeah, wouldn't it be the other way?
Yeah.
If you're having a realistic hypothetical, wouldn't it be the other way?
Yeah.
Like a dude with a condom and a girl
without
who's a slut without.
Yeah.
I think she may. I mean, sometimes you misremember. That don't even like. That's not even a. Who the fuck?
Yeah, that shit don't make sense.
How's that?
I hope that she's misquoting it.
Yeah, that don't even make sense. Like, how is that something to think about? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm lost on that one. She had to misquote that shit because that don't.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's coon shit. So be careful who's feeding your motherfucking soul, because you might swallow coon pie and you can't get the coon off of you, and it'll give you goddamn diarrhea. I don't fuck with nobody, but don't fuck with me. Now let's start the motherfucking show. I feel better.
I believe that's it. So we got the backdrop of what's going on about why she feels the way, and shout out to the new listeners in. Y'all hit the subscribe button, y'all hit the like button. And so we're going to go over the receipts, and then we're going to go to DL Hughley's video response, if you will. So that was the thing that was, the stand-up heard around the world. It got everybody, up in a tizzy or what have you. And so now I'm going to show some of the receipts of the reason why there is the dispute. So first on the list was DL Hughley's initial response. And DL said after this, stand-up heard around the world, is all you have to do is check the order of the names on the ticket stub from last night, and you see who's confused. Against my better judgment, over the objections of my team and 4 of the occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlamagne was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be it can't be everyone else. It's you. Lesson learned. I didn't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh. Not here to hear about your contract. I think he meant to say HEAR about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. I wonder who's next. DL Hughley. God damn.
That's what the DL stand for, huh?
Yeah, to make sure he put that out there. Shout out to Rap God in the building, man. What up, homie?
That's good.
Okay, so yeah, so that was the original retort. So then the Twitter fingers started happening. So and he also produced a show schedule from the promoters showing that he was the headliner. So as you see, as the pointers thingies with the I can't think of fingers, the pointers thingies, they denote, yeah, that he's a headliner. And Monique came back with her version of the show schedule with those two things flipped. And that's from New Day Entertainment. So just off rip, what does that tell you? With both of them got a schedule, but both of them flipped on the headliners.
Somebody changed that shit. So, or somebody gave somebody some bad information. So it's only two things that could happen. Somebody changed it, or somebody gave somebody some bad information, or both of them bad information.
Exactly. So she's, like I said, when she let in with that the promoters is on some janky shit, and she right. Like, to me, promoters clearly are mixing signals because they know, whatever reason, each one don't want to be the the person who backdoors the other one. But I guess common knowledge is if you get them both there, one of them gonna go on, which exactly what happened. Then you got no performance. Then you just out of there. Or so you say Photoshop. I don't know. I don't think nobody has been called out for saying it was fake. Right. But I'll look more into that. So further, Monique talked about the contract. So the contract that she got was from Hicks Media, which is from her husband. So
her contract is from her husband.
Well, her husband drafted it, and I think the other party signed it.
Okay. Well,
yeah. So there's her contract from Hicks Media. RC says Janky Pro. Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Q.
Yeah, for real though. That movie was funny. I thought it tried to be pretty funny. So she produced her contract. And and this was dated on the 28th of March, so a few days ago. DL came back with his version of a contract, which was a deal memo, which is basically, if y'all don't know, that's the precursor to a contract, is the deal memo. So his is from the 29th, which is the day after, which, it's kind of a formality. The deal memo is like pretty much it's set in stone about the deal. So the janky promoter signed on the 28th for Monique's, but then on 29th, he's finalizing the contract with DL. Things that make you say and so it just shows how those two things didn't correlate. So I think in summation, the promoters got you.
That's what it seemed like.
That's what it seemed like. And what a lot of women do, you get emotional and you jump the gun. And I think Monique made her jump the gun. She got upset because in the moment, I can understand why you're upset. Like, you came to be the headliner, shit switched up on you. And she maybe, she already had felt some type of way about DL when he talked about her Netflix deal. So all that stuff comes to a head, and then you go out there and you go emote. Like you said, it could have been handled behind the scenes. Absolutely. That's my whole point. This is why this is just messy, man. Any feedback before I load up DL's response?
No, I agree. It seemed like their job was to get them to sign and get them locked in, and they did that. And then they was going to try to figure it out on the back end when they got there. And,
absolutely.
And she just, I wonder where she got that he didn't want to be on the show with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what her gripe is exactly. I know she wanted to be last, and I know he wanted to be last, but where did they clash at? Because that's just them wanting to be last on it. And if one can't be last, well, they already thinking that they're gonna be last. So where did the dispute come? Like, when they found out they wasn't last, or like what happened to fire her up like that? I don't know what happened to fire her up like that, because she pissed off, but why she pissed at him specifically is what I'm trying to figure out, because I haven't got that yet.
Agree. It just may be what she perceives, and typically, in my opinion, when people do that, they already harbor some type of ill feelings towards you, and that's just kind of the thing that just made you go off on them. Because again, I mean, she, in her mind, she had good reason to already go off on him because what he said about her Netflix deal. So in her mind, I can see why she would think that.
Yeah.
So we had 6 listeners. Appreciate all y'all here. Y'all hit the like and subscribe button if you're not done so already. We appreciate y'all, man. And for those who watching on the replay, y'all make sure y'all do the same. So, okay, so we're going to look at DL's retort now to her statement. And this is after they did the contracts and all this back and forward. So this will give you some perspective about how he felt about the whole thing. You get to hear his actual voice talk about it.
All right, that was Khalid talk. I work very hard to control the environment I work in community. I only work where I want to work and who I want to work for. I want to work with. I don't work because that is a very precious place to me. I've been offered a gig, a couple of gigs, 3 or 4 gigs to work with Monique in LA, in Brooklyn, in Houston, and I turned them down because I didn't think it would work. So after talking to a lot of people, and one of the very people in this room about how things are different, 2 of the very people in this room, as a matter of fact, and how things are different, and look at how things are coming around, I decided it would be wrong for me not to give somebody a chance based on things that they'd never done to me. That would have been wrong to me. And when
if he's not lying, that's a noble thing he doing. Because a lot of times you'll get to not fucking with somebody because of what you perceive they've done to somebody else or secondhand information, which I try not to do that. I try to like judge people. LeVar Ball said this best I've ever heard. He puts people at face value. So until you show him that you ain't worth shit, he's inclined to give you a chance. So I commend him if that's genuine what he's saying.
Absolutely.
Talks, and she goes on her diatribe, and she talks about me having my feet under her table. That was at her invitation. I was doing a gig in Greenbelt, Maryland. She lived in Baltimore. She was having a fight party. It was, I think, Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. And sure enough,
God damn, these niggas old as shit.
That was what, 96?
Yeah, I was like 6th grade.
These niggas talking about fights at the Sandbox.
Bro, I thought you gonna say like Canelo Mayweather or some shit. God damn.
Holyfield and Tyson.
Holyfield. I'm sorry, that caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that.
At her invitation. It was a wonderful time. As a matter of fact, it was based on that interaction, along with talking to people, I decided that I would do these gigs. I decided I would do it. And now I know what Tyler Perry knows. I know what Lee Daniels knows. I know what Oprah knows. I know what Steve Harvey knows. I know what Charlamagne the God knows. I know what Netflix knows. Saying yes to Monique.
Netflix.
I know what Netflix know.
Netflix. God damn, boy, enunciate, man.
Struggling.
It's an occupational hazard. Now, we go to, we're playing a gig in Detroit this weekend. I know I'm going on at 9:45. I leave the hotel. I get there around 9. Monique had just gotten there. She's supposed to be there at 8:40. She had just gotten there, gone at 8:40. She got there at 8:38. What Monique was trying to do was to slow walk the show. She didn't end up getting on for 30 minutes. The oldest trick in the world is if I want to change the order and I don't have merit, I'll try to make people wait so long that everybody gets nervous and go, please just go on so we can avoid a conflict. That didn't happen. Monique got on stage. Monique actually felt like she had merit. She would have done 1 of 3 things. Either she would have took it up with the promoter, and she did, and the promoter said, we're going on, and whether you go on or not, that's a different thing. You would have not done it, but she knew she had to get on stage, or she would have been in breach of contract, or she would have come to talk to me. She didn't ever, and I emphatically emphasize this. She never once talked to me. I haven't seen Monique in years. I didn't see her at the venue before, after, or during. I haven't spoken or seen Monique. So if you really thought that you had a legitimate contract dispute, you would have come to me and said, hey, I have this contract and you have this contract. Notice not one thing on that contract, not one person she has on that contract, not one thing happened. Do you know why? Because it wasn't legitimate. And she goes on stage and she proceeds to eviscerate me. Not just me, but Steve Harvey, the sexual, my wife, my dog later on in subsequent conversation. Let me ask you something. What did any of that have to do with an alleged contract dispute? What does Steve Harvey have?
That's a good point.
It is.
I didn't know she didn't go talk to him. That's a good point.
Yeah. First thing you want to do is go to the source.
Like, to make sure there's no misunderstanding. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what my original theory is, that she already had them bottled up feelings about him. And this was like the last little thing. So she just went off. It's something she want to say to him already, but trying to play nice like she like him. But then that shit just took it over the edge. like women will do. Like you do it wrong. You little dick motherfucker. That's why you can't fuck. You ain't shit. Oh, okay, Louis.
Whoa.
You get a long stroke, you know, it wasn't no problem there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's where we going with this. Okay.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Dark Mage, man. That's a great suggestion. He said, salute, man. You guys do some TikTok clips and start to promote your YouTube channel to help grow your audience fast. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it, because we definitely not doing that right now. So
let's start clipping this up. Great comment. All right, let's finish this thing up.
To do with your contract. What did I have to do with your contract? What did my dog have to do with your contract? What does my wife have to do with your contract? You wrote your contract, you and your daddy. You proceeded to say things that were so patently insulting that it was galling. It was galling. You asked in subsequent conversations why I have a dog, a support dog. What kind of person has a support dog? I have that dog because my father died. My children and family decided they would get a dog from where he was from, and I named the dog after my father. I don't have a dog to keep people away from me. I have a dog so I have my father with me all the time. That is an act of love, which you know very little about.
Damn.
You proceeded to assault my sexuality. You have the temerity to assault someone's sexuality, a man's sexuality, given who you lay next to?
Bro.
None of that had
anything does that mean?
to do with it.
I don't know. Y'all help me in the chat, man. Does Monique's husband got some sus background?
Whoa. What he knows something. What does that mean?
So that boy brought the bazooka out with a silencer on it.
Yeah. And I mean, just from the joke, well, not the joke, but that would you rather shit that she was talking about while she was there, it seemed like they may know something about her husband, because he was like, would you rather ask your
interesting
husband?
Interesting. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, so
very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alleged contract dispute. You could have taken that up with a lawyer. You would have gotten out. You could have not gone on stage, but you knew you didn't have a valid contract, and you do what you always have done. You tried to weaponize Black femininity. You tried to turn that audience against me. You tried to burn everything.
She damn sure did. I gotta say, she did try to weaponize that female energy. That's for damn sure.
That, like you do all the time. Who calls Netflix and thinks I can get $10 million because I did the Queens of Comedy? Who thinks you can get on stage and still live off that? I was the king of comedy. You never hear me talking about it, because in this business, like any other, it isn't what you have done, it's what you do. That show was one I signed on to do. I made the quintessential mistake, the horrible mistake that, like Tyler Perry, like Lee Daniels, like Oprah, like all these people, of saying yes to you. And it is an occupational hazard. It is my fault. I have learned my lesson. You didn't just, and the thing that bothers me the most isn't the things that you said, because I know who I am and I know what I do, and I have a pristine reputation. Everybody who knows me know what I'm about. It's this whole, my dear, my babies, I love you for real, which is so transparently false. It is ridiculous. But the thing that was really the most annoying, the thing that was really the most bothersome, is after a terrible couple of weeks where people were being slain in Buffalo.
Now, I know where he's going with this. This is goofy to me.
Where people are being slain, kids are getting slain in school, and people had come to a comedy show to get away from all of their problems. You besiege them with yours.
I got a major problem with that. Every day something's going on that somebody may be going to a comedy show to get away from. That's literally the reason entertainment exists. So for you to pawn it off on the latest national tragedy, I think that's weak. I think that's weak as hell.
Yeah, it seems like he's reaching now, so he should have just kept it factual. And yeah,
because what you're doing now is trying to evoke the emotional element to back you up. What you just accused her of doing is trying to usurp that feminine, that ultra feminine vitriol against you. So you're doing the exact opposite, using other shit to come in when you could just, like you said, just talk about the facts, man. That shit weak.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that.
You didn't have to do it.
The one contract that isn't in dispute is the one that the audience had with us to entertain them. But every single time, more and more, you spend half of your time talking about your grievances and what you didn't get and who did this to you. Listen, when you burn things up and you sit back to watch the results of them, She's literally set that stage on fire, said the most incendiary things ever, and I had to go on stage. She has the temerity to call me a coward. A coward would have left. A coward would have said, I can't go. You didn't even want to go on when you had a contract that you knew that not to be true. You made up this whole narrative that you knew not to be true, and you played that out in front of the audience. And then I had to go on behind you. And you know what you did? You sat back and you tried to watch your damage. You set the stage on fire and you watched what you've done. You know who does that? Arsonists do that. Arsonists set shit on fire.
They do actually. Arsonists like to watch their fires. That's a pretty good analogy. They do. Like they literally they'll film it. That's the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not just burning down. They want to see the chaos after they burn the shit. How people react and shit like that. Yeah, that's what they get off on.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Fire and try to see the damage it wrought. But I blame myself because I know now what I didn't before. Saying yes to you is an occupational hazard, one I will not repeat. I don't blame you. I wish you well. But when you do the things you do, when everything's about you, when you're vitriolic, when you have all these fights with all of these entities, it is you. Precious was not a movie. Precious was an autobiography.
Damn.
That is who you are, literally.
Damn.
You mad at the contract you and daddy wrote? Your daddy? And I don't know why you call me.
You talk about a husband for y'all that don't know.
And daddy in your uniform. That's a son. Let's be clear. I'm not angry with you. I'm angry with me. I did what I knew not to be true. But I'm going to tell you something. When you burn and you destroy and you wreck, you are not a queen of comedy. You're a queen of ashes. Now, I'm going to go back to work and you get back to your kingdom of smoke. That's a little note from the GED section. We got the Jazz Report coming up in 15 minutes. It's the DL Hughley Show.
That was kind of a weak finish, but
okay. Yeah, I feel like he could have. He's smarter than that. He could have came up with something a little bit more clever, but I see where he was going. But he said a lot of truth in that. I can appreciate that. I don't like how he was trying to, play to the emotions of people and the things that currently happen and shit, so they can be like, see, he's right because fuck that. Like, just stick to your points, and you had us. You know what I'm saying? Because they seem to be factual from what we know.
Absolutely.
And he said, hey, if she can do it, he can too. As far as Monique goes, she is upset because she doesn't know how to play the game and win. She talks too much and doesn't want to let the work speak for her as her career.
There you go.
Line. Yeah, and that's why, like we said earlier, that's why she won't put on her own special. Because if you was like that, you was really like that, you can make your own special, put it out, get all the views, get all the streams, get all the revenue that comes from that, and you don't need nobody else. You literally can do that yourself. We could fucking put on a comedy special right now. We don't have half the resources she has. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do that. So we know she could do it, Miss Queen of Comedy. Like, you don't want to do that because you don't want to see the results. It's scary. We know as entrepreneurs, it's scary. So I don't think she really want to feel that heat or that fire that she talking about she want to be in. So
you bet your ass she don't want to feel that smoke, because like you said, nothing's worse than putting on a performance, an event, and people don't show up. People renege. People just don't enjoy what you're doing. Mm-hmm. It's easy to get on somebody else's platform and just do what you do and use that ready-made audience, that ready-made success, that ready-made venue to do what you're doing. That's easy. It's effortless. And so, yeah, she is funny calling him a coward. I'm not going to call her a coward, but that's cowardly that you won't step out and do your own shit. You've been in the game for 30 years, like you said. Put your own shit on. What's stopping you? You can put that shit on Roku. There's so many apps you can put that on for damn near free. Mm-hmm. And yeah, you would get the residuals from. Mm-hmm. So, it makes me wonder, man. It does make me wonder. That's a great comment by Dog Mage once again. So I think we put the cap on that situation the right way. Thank y'all for who was tuning in for that. So we think, well, I don't want to speak for you. I speak for myself. Mm-hmm. Seems to be a contractual problem that went down with the janky promoters. We saw both receipts. We saw both, both contracts. We saw both show lineups, and they literally just inverted the two. Mm-hmm. And so that's my final verdict on that, man. What about yourself?
I think that's what it was. I think that would have been handled with her coming to him, vice versa. Because I didn't know he still went on after that. Like, that's awkward as hell.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. He still went on. I think that she could have came to him and they could have grabbed those promoters and be like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm saying? We both got these contracts that say different things, and we, you know, like, we need to sort this out, or we not going on and y'all getting sued. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have just been that, and they would have both walked away still as friends. But lack of communication, you know what I'm saying, and whatever she felt prior to that is what drove her to get on the stage and try to, like he said, burn it down, and then go on and have him knowing that he's coming after that. You know, so it was I hate the word toxic, but you know, she took the toxic route, you know, and it could have been handled a lot more efficiently if she just communicated. Literally, you know, she said she didn't have no problem with him when she went on the show. She never had problems with him, and I guess I imagine that show was before the whole Netflix thing, because clearly she had a problem after that, you know. So I don't know. I don't know what their status was at that time, because he said, I'm doing it because, you know, I got to give people chances that I will want. And she's saying, I don't fuck with nobody, and if you fuck with me, like, so it's conflicting, and I don't really understand it all. I don't understand the status of their relationship or whatever, but this could have been simple, and it's chaos now, and for nothing. So that's my take on it. But I do believe that the promoter's job was to get them there. They knew their demands, so they gave them to them. And when they got there, it sorted out the way that it did. And if two people that were business people, well, he got what he wanted. He knew he was going last. He went last. So if she had a problem with it and she's a businesswoman, you come and handle the business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no emotion involved in that. Like, this is what the contract says. This is what needs to happen. And his says this, then we need to figure this out. That's just business. Ain't no emotion involved in that. So fix it or don't. I'm not going on, and you owe me for my time. And then walk away from it. Never deal with them again. That's where janky promoters came from, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think that she could have handled that a lot better. I feel like that's totally on her. She can feel how she feel about it because she lived it, but she could have handled that a lot better. And that situation didn't have to be this shouldn't have to be something we're talking about right now, but we appreciate it because it's another video we got. So
there you go. Thanks for the content. Yeah, straight up.
Yeah.
I just think, man, your track record is your track record. You do this. You go scorch earth. When shit don't go your way, you told people to boycott Netflix because they wouldn't pay you $10 million, which you do not. Your market value is not no goddamn $10 million. I'm sorry. You can say I'm attacking black women too, whatever. You got into Tyler Perry, Oprah, Steve Harvey, Lee Daniels. This is what you do. It's just what you do. Like, your track record speaks for itself. Just another person in your line of feeling like you've been marginalized. And so DL, you know, caught that issue. And then it is what it is, man. So both people are going to leave out of this better at the end of the day. It's entertainment. I don't take entertainers that serious. I mean, their life is different than ours. So, I mean, it is what it is. So Monique will be fine. DL will be fine. It's just you saw two people more important than you and I. Mm-hmm. And by you and I mean us, the general public, get into a in public spat. And it's just what it was. A few days, it's out. I don't see any ramifications going forward. Now, I do think that may limit Monique some opportunities because people are like, all right, I ain't fucking with Monique. Mm-hmm. But I don't think, you know, she's rich. She'll be rich until she dies. So at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is.
Right, right. And you know, do you know what happened with the whole Oprah?
I don't, but we probably should do a follow-up video on her tips with these people.
Yeah. I don't know if she worked there, but we can do it.
Yeah, facts. I might put in the comment section.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Y'all hit the like button on the way out, man. I got to go to work. He got stuff to do. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We build the channel up slowly. Again, we had 138 subscribers. We just got back to going active. Every video is going over 100 views. So pretty good with the low subscriber count that we have going forward. So y'all keep rocking with the kids, man. And next time we out, man.
Appreciate it.